Hello there everyone, I am Nurse Don and welcome to ANP class. In this video, we'll be discussing about chapter 4, which is your tissues. As you know, the tissues are clusters of cells. Different tissues combine to form organs. Organs such as your urinary bladder and kidneys make up an organ system. Organ systems make up an organism. Moving back to your tissues, what are your tissues? What are your tissues? Tissues. Okay, what are your tissues? Tissues are group of cells. Okay, they are group of similar cells. Group of cells with similar structure. With your similar structure and functions. Similar structures and your similar structures and functions. Similar structures and functions, of course, plus the extracellular extracellular substances surrounding them. So that is a description for your tissue. Tissues are a group of cells with similar structure and functions plus the extracellular substances surrounding them. So it's a group of specialized cells and the extracellular substances surrounding them. So the cells of a particular tissue, they share a common structure and function. Since the description is group of cells with similar structure, the cells of the particular tissue, they share a common structure and your function. What is the importance of knowing your cells? The importance of knowing your tissues rather is to know how individual cells are organized in order to form tissues, how tissues are organized to form organs, organ system, and the complete organism. The structure of each tissue type, they are generally related to its function, and the structure of the tissues in an organ is related to the organ function. The changes in tissue can result in development, growth, aging, trauma, or disease. Like for example, skeletal muscles, they enlarge because skeletal muscle cells increase in size in response to exercise. Another example is when reduced elasticity of blood vessel walls in aging people results from gradual changes in connective tissue. So many tissue abnormalities, including your cancer, results from changes in tissues that can be identified by microscopic examination. So we need to study the microscopic study of tissue structure, okay, which is termed as your histology, okay, which is termed as your histology. Again, so that is the importance of your tissue, to know how individual cells are organized to form tissue, how tissues are organized to form organs, organ systems, and the complete organism. What is again your histology? Histology is the microscopic study of tissue structure. Okay, microscopic study of what? Of tissue structure. Of your tissue structure. Microscopic study of your tissue structure. That is a simple description about your tissues. Now, moving on with the types of your tissues. There are 4 basic types of your tissue. As you can see, there are 4 basic types of your tissue. We have epithelial, your connective, your muscle, and your nervous. Okay, your epithelial is a covering or a lining tissue. Okay, its function, it covers, protects surfaces both outside and inside the body. Okay, that's the function of your epithelial. Just an overview, okay, of the 4 types of your tissues. We will be going to discuss them one by one. Okay, covering or lining of tissues. Okay, basically its function: covers, protects. Okay, it protects your surfaces, both outside, okay, both outside and inside the body, and inside the body, whereas your connective tissue is a diverse primary tissue type that makes up part of every organ. It's a diverse primary tissue that makes up part of every organ in the body. So this connective tissue consists of cells separated from each other by abundant extracellular matrix. Okay, it composed or consists of what? Consists of cells. Okay, consists of cells separated from each other, by what? By abundant, okay, by abundant extracellular matrix. We will discuss them one by one, class. This is just an overview. Okay, extracellular matrix. That's for your connective tissue. The other type, number 3, which is a tissue that contracts, shortens, making movement possible, is your muscle tissue. And the last one is your neural or your nervous. They're responsible for coordinating, controlling many body activities. So this forms the brain, the spinal cord, yan yung nervous natin. Okay? Your brain, your SC, your spinal cord, okay, and of course your nerves. Okay, of course your nerves. They are responsible for coordinating, controlling many activities, because your nervous consists of neurons and support cells called your glial cells. Okay, called your glial cells. It consists of neurons and support cells called your glial cells. Okay, let me write that one, class. Consists of neurons. Okay, consists of neurons and supporting cells. Supporting cells, termed as, what do you call that, class? Cells. Okay, glial cells. Okay, those are the 4 basic types of your tissue. We have epithelial, okay, that covers, okay, or protects surfaces both outside and inside the body. Connective tissue that makes a part of every organ in the body. Your muscle, tissue that contracts, shortens, making movement possible. And your nervous forms the brain, the spinal cord, and your nerves. They're responsible for coordinating, controlling many body activities. Okay, it consists of neurons, the role of neurons is to carry important information up to your brain, and from your brain back to your body. And your support cells, which is your neuroglia, those are considered supporting cells, providing nutrients, food, insulation, removal of waste, and many other functions. They are called as your glial cells. Okay, those are the 4 basic types of your tissues. Now, let me illustrate, okay, the summary of your tissues. Okay, the summaries of your tissues. Okay, so that we can understand further, okay, the classification or the basic types of your tissues. Okay, so bear with me. Let me write the basic types of your cells. Okay, so we know the basic functions of each type of your cell. Now let me divide, okay, the 4 types of your cells. Okay, what are the 4 types of your cells? Again, okay, we have your epithelial. Okay, we have your epithelial cells. Okay, and then we have your connective. Okay, we have your connective tissue. Okay, what else? We have your muscle tissue, and your nervous or your neural. Okay, your nervous or your neural. Nervous tissue or your neural. Okay, so we have your epithelial, we have your connective tissue, we have your muscle tissue, and we have your nervous. Those are the basic types of your tissues. Now, kailangan nating isa-isahin. Okay? Your epithelial tissue, tataas ko lang. Oops, sorry. Okay, your epithelial tissue is subdivided according to the number of your cells. They're subdivided according to, okay, the number of cells. Okay, they are subdivided types of your epithelial tissue according to cell layers. According to cell layers. You can see it, okay? According to cell layers. And what are those? We have your simple and your stratified. Okay, we have your letter A. We have your simple. Okay, we have your simple. Okay, we'll have a code. Letter A. There are types of your epithelials according to cell layers and according to shape. First, we will discuss first that according to cell layers. Para maliwanag class yung discussion natin, isa-isahin natin yan. We will go one by one. We will discuss each type of your cell, epithelial, connective, muscle, and nervous. But in the for the next video, will be focused on epithelial, connective, because muscle and nervous will be discussed, okay, when we reach your muscular system and your nervous system. Now, moving back up to your epithelial, there's subdivided into categories or type according to cell layers. That's your first. According to their cell layers. Type, letter A. Okay, according to cell layers, letter A, we have your simple, okay, epithelial, and your stratified. Okay, let me write that one, class. Okay, and your stratified. Oops. Sorry. And your stratified. Simple and your stratified. Okay. Going back to your simple. If we say simple, according to cell layer, obviously, okay, composed of one cell layer. Okay, composed of one cell layer. Stratified, okay, came from the word strata, meaning more layers. Okay, more layers. Okay, more layers. So, ano mas makapal dyan? Ano mas makapal ang mukha? Si simple or si stratified? Siyempre, si stratified kasi mas marami siyang layer. Samantalang si simple composed of one cell layer. Kumbaga, class, by analogy, okay, you have to remember that simple is just one page of a book, while stratified is more pages of your books. Okay, we have simple, we have your stratified, that's your 8.3. Stratified, and your 8.2, okay, your 8.3. There are actually 3. 8.3, your transitional, okay, your transitional. Okay, what is the characteristic of your transitional? Transitional are very unique, okay, because it is found to specific part of the body like your bladder, urethra, uterus. Okay, why thus your transitional is very unique because it is found to specific part of the body like your bladder, your urethra. Okay, what is the characteristic of your transitional? It has the ability, okay, it has the ability to expand, ability to stretch, and return to its normal size, normal size. What are the example of your transitional? Okay, transitional tissue. Okay, example of those transitional, okay, ability to expand like your bladder. Of course, like your bladder. Bladder expands to their walls and gets thin. They get back to its original shape when cells become thicker again. So the transitional, extend, stretch, expand, and return. Bumabalik din po sila. Sana all binabalikan. Charot. Bladder, urethra, okay, urethra, and your uterus. Okay, so those are the subtype of your epithelial according to your cell layers. So basically, we have your simple, we have your stratified, we have your transitional. Okay, we have simple, stratified, and transitional. Okay, burahin ko lang muna to class ha, burahin ko lang muna. Okay, we will get back to a specific type of your tissue. Okay, tapusin lang muna natin yung epithelia. Okay, your stratified class, your stratified is further divided into categories. Okay, further divided into your categories. Okay, further divided into categories. As well as your simple. Okay, your simple class, your simple. This is now according to letter B. There are two types of your epithelial. Okay, we have your according to cell layers. We have simple, stratified, and transitional. Whereas, okay, in your letter B, according to shape. Okay, according to shape. That's your subcategory. According to shape. First is we have your according to the cell layers. Number 2 is according to shape. Okay. You have to remember class, simple, composed of what? More layers or one cell? One cell layer. So we have your letter B.1. Okay, we have your simple. Okay, we have your simple squamous. Simple squamous. Okay, we have your simple letter B.2. We have your simple cuboidal. Simple cuboidal. Simple cuboidal. And we have your B.3, your simple columnar. Okay, your simple columnar. Okay, so your epithelial is subdivided into category. Category A is your number of cell layers. So we discuss your simple, stratified, and transitional. And letter B, according to shape, okay, we have your squamous, your cuboidal, your columnar. Okay, what are the characteristics of your squamous? Okay, your squamous, they are what? They are flat, scale-like. Flat, scale-like. Squamous. Okay, squamous is similar to a squeeze. Okay, squeeze like a pancake. O, anong itsura ng mga yan? Okay, itsura ng mga tinatawag nating squamous po natin. Okay, like it's a flat. Okay, flat. Scale-like. Okay? So, bakit isang layer lang? Tandaan mo, class, simple lang yung dinidiscuss natin. Ano ba ang simple? One cell layer. So, remember that, class. Simple squamous, flat, scale-like. Remember, squamous seems like similar to squeeze, like a pancake. How about, sir, your cuboidal? Okay, if we say cuboidal, what are the characteristics of a simple cuboidal? Obviously, they are cube shape. Okay? Cube shape. Obviously, cube shape, ito yung ating tinatawag na cuboidal. Okay? Yung tall niya tsaka yung width niya halos parehas. Cuboidal. Okay, sir, bakit na naman single layer lang siya? Because it is simple. Okay, and we have your, ano to mga to, class? Yung mga dot na yan. Yes, very good. Those are nuclei. Okay, those are nuclei. Okay, those are nuclei. So that is your simple cuboidal. Okay, their width and yung width and the tall or yung height ng tinatawag nating cubes halos parehas. Whereas in your simple, okay, in your simple columnar, okay, what is your simple columnar? Simple columnar, class, okay, yes, okay, the figure of a column. Okay, they are thin, okay, tall, okay, columnar. Why single cell layer again? It is simple. Okay, there you have it. Okay, those are again the nuclei. Yes. Okay, so that is according to the shape. So as you know, okay, as you know that the shape of a squamous is flat, scale-like, squeezed like a pancake. Cuboidal is cube in shape. Its height and width, or the width and the tall of that cube, are almost similar. Okay, your simple columnar is column. Okay, column. Now, we go to your stratified. Okay, how about, sir, sorry, how about, sir, your stratified? Okay, your stratified is somehow divided into three also. We have your letter B. Okay, letter B point, hindi na B.4 yan, B.1 din. Okay, B.1. Your B.1. We have your stratified squamous. Okay, stratified squamous. You have to remember the basic concept, class. If we say simple, it consists only of one cell. Okay, if you heard the word stratified squamous, you have to apply. Squamous means more layers. So expected, class, when you're discussing about your stratified squamous, stratified strata means more layers. So hindi na lang po siya ganito. Flat. Okay, flat. O ano pa ba yung flat sa'yo, class? Yung hinaharap mo. Charot. Okay, o ayan, flat. Flat. O girls, huwag mo kakalimutan. Pag meron kang, pag ikaw po ay sawing palad, yung hinaharap mo hindi masyadong kalakihan, ang tawag dyan squamous, te. Charot. Kaya pag may kaibigan kang flat, anong tawag mo sa kanya? Squamous. Okay. Para hindi mo makalimutan. Makaka-relate ka naman dyan pag tinawag kang squamous. Ay! Squamous. Ganun. Okay. Now, stratified. Okay. You have to remember that term. Stratified, more layers. Simple, one cell layer. Now, moving on, letter B.2. We have also stratified cuboidal. Stratified cuboidal. Stratified cuboidal. What is the shape for your cuboidal? Obviously, it is cubes. Okay. So, isipin mo na lang. Ayan. Para silang mga cubes. And of course, there are nuclei. Okay. Meron tayong mga tinatawag nating nuclei. Oops. Asan na ba yun? Oops. Nawala. Ayun. Okay. Your nuclei. Okay. More layers, obviously. Okay, this is a single cell layer. Ayan, single cell layer. Single cell layer. Why? It is simple. How about your stratified? More layers. Tignan mo yung stratified natin, cuboidal, more layers. And the other classification, B.3, B.1, B.2, B.3. Nakukuha niyo yung summary natin, class. It is important to know the summary. Okay, and then isa-isahin natin. How about, sir, your B.3? Your B.3, we have your pseudo. Okay, we have your pseudo stratified. Okay, your pseudo stratified. Okay, What is the characteristic of your pseudostratified? Be very careful, class. Okay, with your pseudostratified. Be very careful with your pseudostratified. Okay, what do you mean by the term pseudo, class? Okay, by the way, what do you mean by the word pseudo? Pseudo means false. Okay, so it is not actually true stratified. It is a false stratified. It mimics your stratified, meaning false, pseudo, parang yung relasyon nyo. Pseudo relationship. Feeling mo kayo pero hindi pala. Charot. Okay, feeling mo kayo. Feeling mo may karapatan pero wala ka palang karapatan. Pseudo relationship lang pala. Charlie. Okay, so going back to your pseudo-stratified, pag sinabi nating pseudo-stratified, pseudo, be very careful with your pseudo. Pseudo means false. Okay, so that is a false stratified. It seems like your pseudo-stratified seems like many layers but still single layer. Remember that, class. Okay, ano ang pseudo-stratified po natin? It seems, okay, it seems like many layers. O, parang kayo nga, di ba? Feeling mo kayo pero hindi pala. Pseudo relationship ang tawag doon. It seems like many layers. Okay, seems like many layers. Kasi stratified, more layers yun eh. Pseudo means false stratified. It seems like many layers, but still, anong characteristic niya? Single layer. Mukha lang talaga siyang stratified. Kasi pag drawing mo ganitong itsura niyan, class, tataas lang natin. Pseudo-stratified. Okay, what is the illustration of your pseudo-stratified? Ganito, pseudo-stratified. Sa tingin mo, mukha siyang madaming layers. Okay, mukha siyang madaming layers. Okay? Mukha siyang madaming layers pero actually, class, okay, actually, single cell layer lang yan. Kaya nga tinawag na stratified. Okay? Pseudo-stratified rather. Okay, it is a false stratified but still a single layer. So those are the subcategories of your stratified. Okay? Let me repeat. Your 4 basic types of your tissues, it includes your epithelial, connective, muscle, and your neural or your nervous. Okay, first we discuss about your epithelial. Epithelial is categorized into 2 subcategories. A is number of cell layers. We have simple and stratified and transitional. Your simple composed of 1 cell layer. Your stratified composed of more layers. Now, we categorize your epithelial according to the shape.